What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I am off this entire week from work, so I decided to do this weekly roundup in two parts, one today and one on the usual day on Thursday, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to show, and not to make it a really, really long video, for one video for somebody to have to watch, and also so I don't have to take quite as long to put everything back. So I'm going to show you what's been going on since Thursday. And so Thursday on the way to work started everything off with some Overkill, Under the Influence. The only one of the Atlantic era records that I don't have on vinyl. Have everything else. Fantastic album. Drunken Wisdom, one of my favorite songs on here. Also, I mean, you've got, Shred, Hello from the Gutter, Mad Gone World, great songs. Head First, fantastic stuff. 87, I think, was when this one came out. This is from the Atlantic Years box set CDs that I got on Amazon, and got it for a pretty decent price too. This next one was something that was put in the package from Ron. Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. This was, I think, their second album. This one came out originally... It says 80 something, but I can't see. Let's see if it's better on the CD here. I think this says 88. Really good songs on here. Love on the Rocks, Nothing But a Good Time. Look But You Can't Touch, Fallen Angel. Your Mama Don't Dance cover, which is pretty decent. And then In the Spirit of all things Ozzy, since we lost the true legend that he is. No More Tears, I mean, 1991 was when this came out. This has the bonus tracks of Don't Blame Me and Party with the Animals. If you didn't see on our GTR Rock Realm video last night, we did our top 10 favorite Ozzy solo songs, and a couple from this one came from me. Mr. Tinker Train was on there of mine. A couple of these were also like some of the honorable mentions that I had. So if you haven't, go to GTR Rock Realm. The video should be posted for you to watch now. After that, little crossover thrash with Iron Reagan. This was a 2014 release. This has, I want to say, only one member of Municipal Waste, the vocalist. Let's see, we got, Tony Forrest, I think is the only Municipal Waste member that's in this band. But it's a 5-piece, really good stuff. Pretty much what you would expect. Some nice, good modern crossover thrash. Iron Reagan. This album is called The Tyranny of Will on Relapse Records. And the next one that probably doesn't need a whole lot of talking about. Black Album from Metallica. Still love this album after all these years. Debut from Danzig, put out in 1988. The first album after basically the kind of renaming or whatever you want to call it of Sam Hain. Good stuff there. This next one is a band that is, so they're kind of an international band in that some of the members are from Sweden and then some of them are from Chicago. Brazen Tongue, the name of the band, and of Crackling Embers and Notorious, I can't read that. Oh, here we go. Of Crackling Embers and Sorrows Drowned. This came out in 2024. So I would have said these guys are kind of like a melodic death metal, but they really kind of more shift into the realm of death doom. There's some clean vocals there, and they do slow it up a good bit. This is a 7-song album, but it definitely is a full length as far as time. Really good stuff. If you haven't checked these guys out, Brazen Tongue. And then to some old school doom. This one released in, I believe, 1986 originally. Candlemass, Epicus Doomicus Metallicus. The great Swedish epic doom band. My favorite doom band of all time. And this next one was released last year on Nuclear Blast. Suicidal Angels, Profane Prayer, from Athens, Greece. Got a very good melodic kind of thrash sound. My only release from them. I'm hoping to get some more stuff by them in the future. And we'll go to the final, which all started on Saturday. And I had to play the debut from Black Sabbath. One of the most, if not the most important albums in the genre of heavy metal. And then another debut, this one Hard and Heavy from Anvil. Absolutely love this band. This is when they still had 2 guitarists in the band. Dave Allison was the second guitarist. School of AC/DC at the Apartment. Ooh Baby, cover Painted Black, which I think is pretty decent. From Canada. And from the United States, little 90s industrial Wisconsin Death Trip from Static X. Sadly, the only thing that we have by them. Hoping to get some more stuff. And then next from this is a 1989 release on Combat Records. Dark Angel with Leave Scars. Great thrash masterpiece. An album I hadn't listened to in a while. A lot of these was stuff I hadn't listened to in a while. For All Kings by Anthrax, 2016. It has been news that I either saw today or yesterday, that they will be releasing a new song sometime this year. So I don't know if that means the album's going to come this year, or they have. From what I read, I didn't see when they're going to release the new song, but hopefully soon. Pretty good album from Joey and the Boys. Then back to some Swedish death metal, where Iron Crosses Grow from Dismember. Just fantastic Swedish death metal there. And then went to some stoner or desert rock, however you want to call it. And The Circus Leaves Town by Caius. This was the final studio album from them. A lot of the members would go on to Vista Chino, Eagles of Death Metal, Queens of the Stone Age, and quite a few other bands. Good stuff from Caius. I have all 4 of their studio albums. Next, Penetrator from Ted Nugent. Not one of his best albums. This one came out in, I think it says 84. Yeah, 1984. Not one of my favorite albums by him, but it's still decent. A little more on the commercial side, but not a bad album overall. Then with some Pantera, The Great Southern Trendkill. I don't think there really needs to be a lot said about this. Just tremendous album. That album has actually really worked its way further up my ranking in the Pantera albums. This probably right now sits at about number 3. From 1990, Megadeth, Rust in Peace, another classic album. Not a lot needs to be said about this one. You know, Holy Wars, Hangar 18, Tornado of Souls. My only track that I don't care for is Dawn Patrol. I don't mind the bass line in it, but the Dave's vocals on that song, I'm not a huge fan of. And then the third album from Canada's Annihilator, Set the World on Fire. This is on the Music by Vinyl reissue of originally released in 1993. Not quite as good as the first 2 albums, but Bats in the Belfry is a good song. Snake in the Grass, Night Jumps Queen, The Edge, Brain Dance. Then some more back to the crossover thrash stuff with Municipal Waste, Electrified Brain. Fantastic stuff. I'm only missing one of their full-length studio albums on vinyl. Then we go to Southern California's Madrost with Into the Aquatic Sector, originally released in 2022 via No Life Till Metal Records. Awesome kind of death thrash, just good stuff. I got this and 3 other albums from Carcass John, and I absolutely love this stuff. And to start off today, Transcendence into the Peripheral by Disembowelment. I don't know if this was originally released in 2012. I don't think it was. But this is I think it's the 2012 reissue on Relapse Records. Not sure when it originally came out. Ron could probably help me out with that since he's the one I actually bought it off of. So, got things started with some good old Funeral Doom, Death Doom stuff. It's not completely so slow. There's times where they come up with just some rip your face off riffs that go pretty fast, like traditional death metal. But just great stuff. Great stuff to start off your Monday with. All right, well that is part 1. And on Thursday, I'll have the rest of the stuff that gets played this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.